And mind you guys, because I look and it's that's what they say, like you're a loud mouth, you talk. And this is Babhlongwan that is like, who do you think they're going to believe? Hi ninjas, how are you guys doing? It's your girl, Owamie, aka Miss Fair Focal, running back for our entertainment. If I'm joining me, most definitely welcome. Please do make sure that I subscribe and obviously hit the bell. I absolutely love you, and do not forget, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. It's at boldly Owamie. Now ninjas, today I'm gonna go ahead and just address something that I actually saw some people actually talking about from my yesterday video. This is a story time that I'm still going to talk about. Probably it's gonna be part of, I don't know, some video or something. I'll see if I can be able to say everything here. If not, then it will be like in a story time or something. But there are some people that are saying that, oh, I mean, why are you out here like admitting that you covered up for a crime or something like that? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys. Obviously, there's a small story time that I put in within yesterday's clip, where I was talking about covering up for someone that you love, and I was talking about how my ex-husband, when I found out that he was actually like messaging kids, and when I say kids, yes, I'm talking about school children. I'm not afraid to say this because it is the truth. That's the first thing. Number two, it's not like this man has ever been loyal, you know, to me in the longest, so I really honestly don't have any reason to protect him or anything. But yeah, the guy was out there basically sending messages and communicating with school children, and so the one that I actually saw, and he was like talking about how they need to meet and how they had to have sex and whatever. That child, from what I heard, this is the information that I got, okay? And mind you guys, I'm someone that was always staying in the house. I never used to go out. All I knew was that I think they said the child was doing grade 11, so she was not even in grade 12. However, she was already 18 years, and she was just failing from what I've heard. So she was not underage, but still does not excuse the fact that an 18-year-old being hit on by a 30-year-old that is a teacher, like, that's disgusting. And that's why I say like she was a child, you understand? Now, there are people that are saying that I'm basically saying that I covered up for a crime because of I suggested that, you know, he deactivates his account, and obviously we did that. We deactivated the account, and I was actually also saying that you know, what did I also say? That if anybody like was to ever like, you know, because obviously when you deactivate, the messages are not deleted from the other side. If anything was to come out, that we should go ahead and you know, just say that, you know, his account got hacked and stuff. And I did tell you guys that this is the thing that came to my mind first. You people cannot expect me that I was with this man for what was it, 9 years at that time, or almost 9 years, and this is happening, and the first thing that I'm gonna say is, oh my god, I'm just going to go to the police and I'm gonna lay charges. Y'all are so some of you make me so frustrated. Some of you can't even leave your cheating husbands that have cheated a million times. Others is not even your cheating husbands, it's your cheating boyfriends. Like, you don't even cheat back, nothing. You can't even leave, but you're gonna expect Owamie to be the first one in line. Hi, I came, the police should arrest my husband. At that time, no, I was not. Number one, I think that a lot of you guys need to understand that I was very hurt. I was very confused. I was very, like, my whole life was being brought upside down. Do you understand what I'm saying? Upside down. And so, yes, the right thing could have been that, but let's not lie, the right thing is not always the easiest thing to actually do. I think that the second part that some of you need to understand is that the place where my ex stays, it's a very small place. It's a very small place, and unfortunately small places have got small-minded people. This is a place where a young girl, like a girl my age, I know I'm not a young girl, but I'm a young girl compared to like an 80-year-old. A girl my age is gonna go and date an 80-year-old because of this man gets grant. Like, grant for them, like upopile, like. So do you understand, guys, like how small-minded these people are? Because even parents, they know that their children are sleeping with teachers, but due to the fact that if this child falls pregnant, that child is our meal ticket to like money, we can be able to take this child to maintenance or support, or most of the teachers obviously will make sure that it's either they're supporting the kids or they will do something. Like, just if your child is married to a teacher, like when you have made it as a family. And I know that some of you guys will think that I'm just being I'm not, and I'm not lying. You guys know me, like I don't lie to you guys, okay? So it's a place that, number one, is also very small-minded. That's the other part. The other thing again now is the fact that I am an outsider in this place. They know my ex because he has been there all his life. They know him to be a very respectful person, a respectable person. At that time, obviously, he's a married man that stays in town, that has got a car, that is not out there borrowing money from people. You know, the fact that Runa would always drive to like a town that was 50 something kilometers away just to go, because remember guys, I told you this place, the closest McDonald's was like 55 kilometers away, the closest KFC was like 55 kilometers away. When I tell you guys that I've gone through it for Linyalo and love, I am not joking. So the fact that you can drive from here to go to that place, it already like gives you some sort of standard. Guys, we live in different worlds. I think there's a video that I once said, Youre, going to that place, the first time I was so shocked, it was almost as if I teleported to Venda in 1995. I was literally not lying. The fact that these people still used blom pots as decorating things, and room dividers are still a thing. I'm not even trying to clock. I ain't even trying to clock, honestly. Like, I'm just saying that we are living in very different worlds. Now, do you really think that me, Owamie, the one that my ex-husband had gone to everyone, including the school principal, the school vice principal, who obviously the principal now knew, all the teachers now knew, that now I said that he has got a small dick, he cannot satisfy me in bed, and that I got a man in Secunda. And yeah, now when he felt depressed about the situation, he decided to get a girlfriend in this place. I found out and I kicked him out, because that's the story that everybody knew. When I tell you that those people look at me as a demon, they look at me as a demon. And one thing about my ex-husband, he will lie. Okay, that man has mental issues. He needs a hospital, a mental hospital. That man lies like nobody's business. You guys saw he even came online and lied, and he will talk about things that are lies as if those are things that are the truth. Uzovuma had to know, like, you know, put a stamp on it to read that is exactly how it is. Imagine, like, okay, there's a lot that I can say, you guys, but this man obviously is a liar. He lied to everyone around. Now, do you think that I was gonna just be stupid enough? Number one, I don't know who this child is. If they say point who the child is, I don't know who this child is. All I know is that I saw the messages, which every single time after he typed, he was making sure that he was deleting. I was gonna go to the school and say what? I was gonna go to the police station and say what? So it's not like I tried to cover up for him. The other part again that you should know, those children there, they're very, very disrespectful. Very, very disrespectful. I've heard stories of wives that, you know, went to the side chick that is way younger, that is still a pupil, that is a school child, and the kids were there like wilding and everything. And one thing about me, guys, I'm not gonna fight for no man. I am not going to fight for no man. Obviously, I knew that at this point my ex-husband is a freaking liar. I don't know who this child is. Even if they were to put 1 and 2 together and we were to get that child and say this child should sit here, she and my husband could simply talk at that moment to say that we're gonna just say no. And look, guess who's the crazy one? Me, the same one that has a boyfriend called Secunda, that basically told my husband doesn't satisfy me in bed, and this and this and this. And mind you guys, because I look and it's, that's what they say, like you're a loud mouth, you talk. And this is Babhlongwan that is like, who do you think they're going to believe? Who do you think they're going to believe? So some of you, before you talk, think before you talk, because there was no way. Where was I gonna go and say what? And say what? Because you guys know, some of you even here, Had it been that even when I was leaving, I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go to the police, I'm gonna go to the school, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It was never gonna be that, oh, Owamie was trying to protect a school child or anything. It was gonna be that, oh, she is jealous, I'm not just about that life. Sometimes I think that there are certain battles that you would choose to embark on, and certain battles that are just not worth it. For me, that was a particular battle that was not worth it, because even when I spoke to one of the people that knew her, because remember, as I said, I didn't know people there. I was always in my house. I just was not someone that go out. I remember this girl saying that I know her, this child, she sleeps with teachers, she has had multiple abortions. That's what I heard, that this is the type of person that she is. And it made sense why my ex went to her, because I'm sure he also knew her ways, and maybe they have spoken with others that have smashed, and maybe he felt like, you know, this is what I'm gonna do and this is where I'm gonna go. And that also just shows like the stupidity and the dumbcopness, because if you are now telling this person that I trust you, I want to go in without a condom, but you're still gonna come home to me, do you understand why I had to leave that fool? So there's a lot of things that happen, but what I'm simply just trying to tell you guys right now is that it's not every single battle that you're going to embark on. I did not cover up any crime. If they were to call me and say, come testify and whatever, I'm telling you, I would come, I would sit, I would not lie. I would tell the truth that I saw. If they want that account, I'm definitely sure that there are, you know, IT specialists that can recover an account, and they can go to the DMs and they can see those DMs and everything, and deleted messages, they can be able to get them. I would not lie. So for you guys to say that now I was covering up for a crime, the police never came and asked me, hey, is your husband or is your ex-husband, was he proposing this child? All I know is that they never got to smash, because I found out before, and also that child was also a bit hesitant, but I didn't see that my ex was the one that was basically pushing. And you know, she was also like, you know, getting to that point where, okay, it's gonna be accepted. Apparently she stays in an RGP, and like, I don't know if she just doesn't have parents or whatever, but her family situation is not good. And so, you know, you are at that age, you are still in high school, you are failing. Clearly there has to be a lot that goes on behind. And, you know, being a young child, I would understand, you know, it's said that old men would literally take advantage of this child, because as I said, they did say that she has been sleeping with educators, and she has had some abortions and stuff. That was the allegations that I basically had. So in a community that is like that, you guys, like, what did you expect a little Owamie do there? A vendor amongst these other people? Like, no, I was just about to mind my own business, deal with myself. Honestly, like, his actions disgusted me so much. That's why I couldn't even stay. Like, the fact that he was even going after school kids, like, that for me, that was like with the highest level of dumb cop. If like, it was a lot of hits, man. You guys should understand that it was a lot of blows. First of all, I didn't expect him to cheat, and then now you're cheating on me, and now you're going on to school kids. Next thing, you're gonna be losing your job. Next thing, they're gonna be coming here to arrest you for rape. Next thing, they're gonna be doing this and doing that. And guess what? My good name, not just my good name, me myself, like, why am I putting myself through all that? Jubu is not even a hustler. Jubu is not even a millionaire. So obviously I had to swim out of that place. But no, do I agree with it? Absolutely not. If it was a stranger, would it have been easy for me to just walk to the principal's office and say, hey, this person is proposing a school child, please do this? Absolutely. I feel like it would be easier to protect the kids. But this is somebody that was my husband. This is somebody that I loved, and I still had to work on myself before anything. I did hear that he lost his job, so he's no longer working with those kids. So I guess that the kids are safe. But I don't know what more anybody would expect for me to do. That's it. And had it been that at that time when I was leaving, I had gone to the school and I was like, hey, he's proposing school children, get him off, it would have been also, oh, she's just bitter. You see, you can never win with people. You can never ever win. That is why I'm even comfortably talking about this, is because I looked at it and I was like, I've been loyal to this man. I literally was loyal to this man, even when he was lying on me on the internet. The time that he was still lying, this nigga was still working there. That was 2021. Yes, he was still working there. I could have easily just driven there and go to the police and say I'm opening a case, and then they would have suspended him in an investigation, maybe. But as I said, this is a very small place. They don't really care about a lot of stuff. Everybody's just screwing everybody, from what I've heard. Okay, and that's why there's such a high rate of HIV in that particular place, and I'm not even lying. So that it is what it is. I don't know what some of you guys would have expected for me to do. I'm not going to lie, I'm not superwoman. I loved this man, and so I was not going to just be like, oh, day one, oh my god, I'm gonna just go to the police and do this. Hell no, I did not do it. And I cannot blame myself, because at that time I just didn't have the strength to do it. If you can do it, that is great for you. But some of you guys just like judging, because y'all can't even leave your husbands even after they've impregnated another person. You know, even if they've cheated 10 times, you're still, some of you can't leave. Even when it's your boyfriend, some of you can't leave. Some of you can't even cheat back. That's the worst part. But anyway, just go ahead and comment below what you guys think. For me, I just felt I need to clarify this. But the story of like finding the messages and everything, I think would maybe something that we can still talk about if you guys want in the other channel, maybe in a story time or a makeup. I think maybe I'll just go deeper. But other than that, that is the thing that is going on. His malume cousin knew. His malume cousin knew in terms of I told them that he's now busy like with school kids. I obviously had to. And if you go back to that video, I don't know if I said it blunt, the video I was talking about how his uncle or Umfazwa, the uncle's wife, was acting. She was more pissed at the fact that he was going after school kids than the fact that he is cheating. So she was like, no mtanami, you know, Noma, even if you're doing anything, but not with school kids, because she didn't want him to lose his job, because of like she thought he had money that she could obviously benefit from. And if they found out that he was busy proposing school kids, then they would basically cut that money, and so she would not get the money. And so that was the problem, that the biggest problem that she was having, not that he's cheating on his wife, that she went all the way to Vendat Pelovala. No, not that part. So, you know, like, it is what it is, guys. I don't know what is it that I would have to say, but let me tell you something. It was very much a norm. I'm just not going to even give a single slight description, because I do not want to get people's jobs or come off as if I want to ruin people's marriages or whatever. But I did know someone whose husband was also a teacher, and I remember like she was also telling me a story of how she even had to go with her husband with a school child, for that school child to go have an abortion, because her husband had impregnated that child, and she wanted to make sure that that child had the abortion. So the three of them, imagine you, your husband, and his school girlfriend, a child, went and then they had an abortion. So what I'm just simply telling you guys is that that area is not, it's still very much backwards. It's still very much backwards. There are people that live there and they have never ever left that place. Like it's like a farm. It's like it's a farm, really. It's like a farm. It's a farm. So a lot of people's minds are still closed in. You're still in those places where they believe that even if no matter what your husband does, you need to stay because that's your husband. And you know, where are you going to go? Because most women, even there, you know, especially the older ones, they sit home, they wait for their husbands. But it's not a lot of women that work. If your husband is a teacher, guys, you hold such a high standard. So you should understand like how bad it is there. And I'm not saying that teachers don't have a standard. They do. But let's not lie, we all know that if you come to Gauteng and you are an educator, you're a teacher, you are not considered even to like 30% of the rich. So if you are in a place where like being a teacher puts you at like 90% of the rich, then do you understand that it's a very different world? There was not really much that I was going to do, honestly, because it's not like there were any structures that were going to even support any of this. So I did the best that I could at that time, and that was focused on me and myself. And mind you guys, this child they're saying is 18, and as much as I'm saying that my heart does hurt for her, because I feel like these old men are taking advantage of her, because at 18, if they're already alleging that you've had multiple abortions, then you do understand that men that are older are taking advantage of her. So it's a sad situation, and unfortunately you can't save everyone. And there's not much that I also could do, because from what I heard, she's someone that's also a loudmouth, that's very disrespectful, that just goes around and sleeps with men, and even teachers are included. So like, what was I supposed to do, guys? But anyway, from me, I love you guys. Stay blessed, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye, ninjas.